Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to Movie of the World YouTube channel. So, friends, today I'm going to narrate a Ukrainian movie, which is Ukraine on Fire. In the heart of Eastern Europe lies Ukraine, a nation of vast plains, proud people, and a story torn between two great powers, Europe and Russia. Once a part of Soviet Union, Ukraine gained its independence in 1991. But with freedom came a new battle, one not fought with guns alone, but with politics, ideology, and influences. One half of the country leaned west towards the province of Europe, democracy and open markets. The other half looked east, bound by language, culture, and memories of a shared Soviet past with Russia. In 2010, Viktor Yanukovych was elected president. He was a man from Ukraine's east who saw strength in keeping close ties with Moscow. But his peoples were divided. Many longed for closer integration with Europe. So when he refused to sign a trade agreement with the European Union in the late 2013, the streets of Kiev erupted. It began space police, students, workers, and drivers gathered in Maidan Square, waving EU flags and chanting for a European future. But the movement changed. The protesters turned violent. Police clashed with civilians, and snipers appeared on rooftops. Blood was spilled on the cobblestones of Maidan. The World Watch Western media hailed it as a revelation of democracy, but beneath the slogans and camera flashes, shadows moved. The documentary Ukraine on Fire suggests that this was not simple or spontaneous uprising. It was in part engineered. It claims American intelligence agencies, diplomats, and NGOs played a role behind the scenes, nudging events towards regime change. In February 2014, Yanukovych fled. A new pro-Western government took over. The United States quickly showed support, and Russia saw it as a betrayal. Another NATO pawn advancing on its border, far away, swept through Moscow. Then in came in Crimea. In a bold and controversial move, Vladimir Putin ordered Russia's forces to secure the peninsula. Within the week, Crimea held a referendum and voted to join Russia. The West cried foul. Sanctions followed. The world called at annexations. Russia called it reunification. But the fire had only begun to spread. In eastern Ukraine, where Russian speakers were many, where broke out separatist rose against the new government in Kiev. A brutal civil war engulfed Donbass. Families were torn apart, citizens crumbled, thousands died. Through it all, the West sent aid and weapons. Russia sent supports to the rebels. Each side accused the or other of aggressions, propaganda, and lies. Then came 2022. Explosions lit up the sky over Kiev. Once more, Russians launched what it called as special military operations. Tanks rolled in, missiles fell, Ukraine cried for help, and the world answered with sanctions, arms, and solidarity. In Ukraine on Fire, Oliver Stone's interviews President Putin himself, the Russian leader, claims his country was pushed into his conflict, surrounded by NATO, provoked by broken promises. He speaks of histories of betrayals and of a struggle to protect his people. But the truth is not so simple. This is not a story of heroes and villains. It's a tale of nations trapped between competing empires, of ordinary peoples burned by politics beyond their control. It's about media wars, foreign interferences, and the cost of sovereignty in a global chessboard. Ukraine stands in flames not just of war but of histories and identities. And as the fire rages on, the world is left with haunting questions. Who led the match?